Soul.
What is soul?
What is that? Being Real with Jackson, episode 2, the long-awaited podcast. We are here with the one and only. Introduce yourself.
I am Gerald Harris, better known as Texas Two-Step.
Texas Two-Step is
and
here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's been a pleasure. We've been trying to get me on this podcast for quite some time now. Quite some time.
Very, very long time. A couple months. Lots of months. But like you always tell me, everything happens for a reason. And when the time is right, the time is right. So we're here now.
And we're in great mental spaces. And we about to lock in and give y'all some nuggets, some gems.
Some great nuggets, some great gems.
And above all else, we're going to give y'all some love over these airwaves.
I like that. I like that. So here's how we're going to start.
I got one question. Like, what's the catchphrase for being real with Jackson though?
Being real with Jackson. Catchphrase. You're asking me questions. This is different. Okay.
Hey,
peace
the
and
rules are there are no rules.
There's no rules. Control what you can. Peace and love.
Control what you can. Peace and love.
That's it. No soul.
How about keeping it real could never go wrong? How we like that?
First nugget of the day.
Like that?
First nugget of the day. Okay. So
your space to be vulnerable, open, and authentic. Ooh,
this is the space right here.
That's keeping it real with Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real could never go wrong. Your space to be open and vulnerable and authentic.
Okay, that right there is going to be the title, the description. I'm loving it.
Fire. Fire.
That's the catchphrase that we're going to have from now on. Tex created it. That's great.
Listen,
I just want to get into how we met, bruh. I mean, it was the most. I don't believe in luck, but
bruh, I don't know you.
Who are you? You're in my house. Say that. Nah, but on a serious note, like, we met in like the luckiest way possible, bro. Like, we was in the jungle.
You were probably my last workout in the jungle, in that epic backyard.
Yeah, because that was when COVID was starting to lighten up a little bit.
Starting to lighten up.
Yeah.
So all right, so we got to give context, right?
Right.
The jungle. Right.
They don't know what that is, bro.
Right. They don't know.
Okay.
So in the midst of COVID happening, me and my partner, following founder of Impact One is Andre Brown. Love that guy.
Shout out Dre.
Shout out Andre Brown, the GOAT. So yeah, we were training in a backyard, anywhere from NBA pros to overseas pros to top level high school kids. Anybody that was trying to just elevate themselves. While the world was kind of on pause. So it's kind of like epic part of our journey. And Jackson was one of the last kids, like his first workout was there. Yeah. And that might have been like one of the last times that I actually trained there because, gyms were starting to come more readily available. And things of that nature.
And so, even while I love doing stuff like this, like, I did not know that at all. I did not know I was one of the last. But it kind of makes sense because the gyms are opening up.
Right.
But yeah, that's some context on the jungle. I mean,
I want to shout out Ryan Dunn.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Shout out Ryan Dunn. I called him the day that
you remember that? I do remember that.
Jackson's first workout. I called Ryan Dunn.
And Ryan Dunn told me specifically, I remember this, stay with him with 2 months and you'll be good. Stay with him with 2 months. And mind you, even now, I look up to Ryan Dunn. But back then, like, that's when I first met him. Like, he wasn't really, like, where he is right now. And we're going to get into that later. I got questions specifically on him. Zakai, all that. I got questions on him. So, but, yeah, he was like, give him 2 months and you'll be good. I said, what?
And now we are coming up on almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It feels like
we're like a year and a half in.
Yeah, we're like a year and some change in. Mm-hmm. And if you would have told me a year later I'll be where I'm at, a year and a half later I'll be where I'm at right now, I said, you crazy,
really?
Man. You crazy. But
if God be for us, then who could be against us?
Repeat that.
If God be for us, then who could be against us?
Look at that camera and say it. Look at that camera.
If God be for us, then who could be against us? Come on now.
It's a nugget. It's a nugget. Chill. So
we got a 30 piece of nuggets coming for you.
100 piece.
100 piece.
No, so I'm gonna go from my perspective on my story. So this was funny. So I went to a real scout camp and I saw Dre. And that was the first time I ever seen Dre. My mom texted Dre, said, I want to get some. This is when, like, I didn't really have a trainer at the time. I was just hooping. It was COVID, whatever. It texted Dre, and Dre answered, like, a day later, like, quickly, like, yeah. He made it seem like that me and him was going to be working out. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. So basically, my mom texted him saying, okay, we're going to work out at this time. So the day I'm getting ready, I'm like, okay, I'm about to work out with an NBA trainer, whatever. I was like, okay, let's do it. I walk in, I'm expecting it to be a gym. I walk in, I say, this place looks familiar because I knew Orlando before, so I've been there before. So the last time I was at the Jungle.
Hold on, quick shout out, AB.
Oh yeah,
and Orlando.
Without them,
it's their house.
It's literally their house.
So the Jungle is them, man. So I definitely want to just bless them for just allowing us the space to create something so
monumental.
At this point, it's
that's
been
a big
monumental,
word, but it really has.
It definitely is. A lot of greatness manifested itself out of there. You know, for anywhere from we had everybody back there, man.
Seriously, Zed-Key.
Zed Key back there. We
Ohio
had
State finest.
Ryan Dunn back there. We had Shamari Pond. Shout out Shamari Pond.
St. John's. I remember him.
We had
you trained Shamari Ponds?
Yeah. Who else? It was so many names. Zakai Ziegler, Demique Horton, tough Orlando. Who else? Juice, my man Juice back there. We had Judah. We had
so many players,
names, and I'm sorry if I forget some. Shaw. Shout out to Pay Shaw because he's back there. Akeem Bennett. Shout out 23 T's, man.
There's so many people, and I felt like, imagine if you didn't meet Orlando and the Jungle was never a thing. Like I felt like I wouldn't be here. I feel like a lot of players that went through that wouldn't be as good as they are now. No,
it definitely provided a real space for people just to, just like to tap in and just become better. Just strive for growth within themselves when no
gyms are open.
When no gyms were open. When and it's crazy because it's like until something is taken away from you, you don't appreciate it, right? You gotta be grateful. You gotta be so grateful every day. And I try to be like just practice gratitude as much as I can, like every day that I wake up, and I try to be intentional as I can about that type of stuff, man. Yeah, for me especially, Dre is really adamant about that in his workouts. Every time I work out with him, there's a story. Always be grateful. He says, always be grateful because basketball was just on hold a couple years ago. So I definitely. Well, I love the game, so I'm grateful for it regardless. But that's like another thing that like I'm grateful for because like at South Kent I can get in the gym a lot. I don't have issues here. I can get in the gym. 2-3 years ago when COVID was happening, I couldn't get in the gym. I got chubby. Like I didn't do any workouts. Like so, yeah, man. I mean, look, it's good. Okay. So, from my perspective, right, back to the story. I was walking in, right? Nobody was there. It's a little chilly. I'm like, what is going on? I am outside. But I started getting warmed up. My mom was there, nervous wreck, as she always is. Love you, Mom, but you were very nervous that day. Then this tall 6'6" dude, skinny guy came in. I said, who is that? I remember what you had on. You had a green fur hoodie. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Green fur hoodie. Yeah. Some sweats, some shoes. I said, okay. You look like a hooper. So I wasn't that worried. So I was like, okay. Then you introduced yourself to your mom.
I took them to my mom, and I was just like, okay, so where's out? And my mom like, where's Dre? And then I was sitting down. And he was like, all right, let's get into the workout. And I was like, okay. So we're working out. You know, it was going good. I wasn't really that good back then. I was solid, but I wasn't like I didn't have like all my skills were just off like God's gifts. Like I wasn't like skilled. Like I was just like talented. But I thought I did pretty well.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, I wasn't weak and I could shoot, but I couldn't like, I didn't have any moves. All my moves was just trying to hop. Anyways though. Yeah, so we were working out and it was going good, and I don't know how Ryan Dunn got brought up, but I think I brought him up and you were like, Ryan Dunn, that's my guy. I said, what? That's cool. I'm thinking like you're a guy like, oh yeah, I know each other, dap you up. He calls this dude.
I FaceTimed him.
He FaceTimed him and said, and he answered like, yo, what's up? Oh, y'all really close. I'm like, okay, cool. So then he says 2 months, give him 2 months with him and you'll be good. And I was like, all right, so what were your first impressions on me? Because that was my first impressions. That's my
first impression of Jackson was immediately your spirit. Like you just have this spirit that people gravitate towards. Like you are really bubbly and authentic in who you are within yourself. And I'm like, this kid is like he is different. He is definitely different. Yeah. But in a great way. In a great way. Like the spirit that you embody is definitely yours and authentic to you. So I love that about you right away. And like you weren't afraid to work hard or your definition of what you thought working hard was at that point.
At the time.
Right.
At that point.
Right. So I did like that. I gravitated towards that. And you had this thirst for knowledge in not only basketball but in life.
Yeah.
Like so that I think that spiritual presence kind of like resonated with me early on. And then like the first thing that I thought is I saw like, okay, what I look for in players is like, okay, like I'm a visionary. So it's like, I can't just take you for what I see. I take you for what I believe you can kind of become. Yeah.
Potential.
Oh, hold on. All right, hold on. Real quick. This is a perfect segue for this because I literally just put this in my phone because I was reading this.
Yo,
okay.
Hold on. Bro, I just looked at his photos. All of his photos are inspirational quotes. Literally. I look at his phone. It is inspiration. All right, whatever. I just want to point that out.
I'm sick. Okay. No, but look. All right, cool. This is what I got today. Look, 8:37 a.m. Okay, so this is alignment. Okay. All right, this is alignment, guys. All right. If we are guided by sight, we are absorbed in the visual elements of the world. Vision unveils a world that can exist. Sight reveals boundaries in our path, but vision sees beyond them. You are encouraged to walk by faith, not by sight.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That was so profound to me, and it really just kind of stuck with me. But
yeah,
that
so
what
does that mean to you? Like,
I think that another one of my favorite things to say is, be in the world, but do not be of the world. So sometimes,
Go ahead.
Sometimes we can get so consumed with ourselves and like what we're going through that we kind of fail to realize that, other people are out here going through similar or worse. And I think it's important to always keep that perspective within ourselves.
Yeah.
So that our worldly burdens don't overcome us, and we think like, and we think so much of it that it like stagnates us, right. and it stops us in our tracks from doing what we ultimately are put here for, and that's purpose, and that's to be of service to others. Yeah. And that's something that I live by, and that's something that I try to do my best at. You know,
got a nugget right here. Here we go.
Turn me up.
You ready? Here we go. All right, you look in the camera because I don't get mad. Every day, you should be stretching your gratitude muscle.
Flex on them. Now flex on them.
But on a serious note, what I mean by that is like every day you should be waking up. And some days, like I'm guilty of this. I'm waking up. I'm just like, I'm working on the wrong side of the bed today. Like da da da. But every day you should be grateful because it's funny now. Shout out Marco. He gave me this plan on the Bible. Yeah, Marco, that's my dog.
That's my dog. Marco.
He gave me this plan. It's called gratitude of being an athlete. Like athlete. It's basically about an athlete and like what athletes do to show their gratitude. And I'm learning a lot about that. So another nugget. Gratitude of today. The next time you see somebody, basketball players. Next time you see somebody, whether it's a janitor, it's the trainer. For me, it was this guy that comes to every single practice. He's the #1 South Kent supporter. If that's what you guys, whoever, go to somebody that helps around in your basketball journey or basketball whatever, and thank them for coming. Thank them for helping in any way they did. Because as an athlete, you definitely had to be grateful. So you should be stretching your gratitude muscle every single day.
Yeah. And honestly, that makes me think about just getting 1% better at something every day. And that's our mindset and approach just at Luhai.
Yeah.
Shout out to John Buck. Gotta throw that. And shout out to Josh Corbin specifically. Our entire staff, Jay David, Stu Coleman, Mike Clark, all of these guys are absolute. They're great. Nico Callender, Anthony Davis, Sean Smith, all my guys. But and shout out to Josh Corbin specifically because he actually came to the jungle as well. And told us like, yo, y'all back here like doing God's work, man. Like y'all are doing some special things back here in this backyard. I did not know that. Yo, he did. He came and checked out a workout. I never forget that because the jungle's in Westbury and he's in that area. So that's love. He knows AB.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna ask a little just lighten up question because we getting serious, but Impact 1 starting 5.
Whoa. I can't do that.
Impact 1 starting 5.
I can't do that.
Impact 1 starting 5.
I can't do that.
I told y'all I would get him.
We not doing that. We not doing that.
All right, look. Here's my starting 5. Here's my.
I got it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Dylan.
Yo, the starting 5 is me. Yeah, but
I plead the 5th on the 5.
I'm
not doing that. I love everybody. I love them all.
If he's pleading the 5th,
I love them
as a reporter, I'm doing
guy.
my job. That's my job.
That's my job.
But
here we go.
How did you get into basketball?
Basketball is a sport that I just naturally kind of gravitated towards me. I remember being like, in the early 90s, like sitting in front of our Tabisha, which was like a ATV to have at that time, right? Like big screen, big back TV. We watching, and watching like the Bulls and the Utah Jazz go at it, and those Pacer teams. And then from there, like my mom was like just really adamant about having me read, and I just naturally gravitated towards sports more so than anything.
That's good.
Yeah, so
that's how you got into it. So it stemmed from when you were younger.
Absolutely. Gravitated to it but it was kind of all sports at the time. Like I was really big on just football knowledge, basketball knowledge, and baseball is something I grew up playing all the way up until high school. Baseball was like my dad knew about baseball. And then it was like me trying to like be an individual and kind of break out on my own. Like
being yourself.
I started gravitating more towards the basketball. And then, just because baseball, man, I'm from Texas. It'd be hot out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Love Texas, though. Love it. Shout out Texas, actually. Speaking of Texas.
D-Town.
Why do people call you Tex?
Because I'm from Texas, Jackson.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He is from Texas, but
That's your best question, but whatever.
Look,
No,
Anthony is from Texas. Do people call him Tex or Texas?
My nephew. He's talking about
Nephew.
Anthony
Shout out,
Solomon. Anthony
Solomon.
Solomon, my nephew. That's what he's talking about.
Why do they call you Tex if people from Texas, like, I'm confused, bro. Like, I've always wanted to ask you that. Like, what's
why don't they not call it? They be calling him Tex or like Little Tex, like in Lehigh Camp. Everybody got a Lehigh Camp nickname though. They call me KD. I'm KD Lehigh KD. That's what they call me.
He's not KD, bro. Actually, Lehigh KD, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, I got lunch run MVP this year. I just want y'all to know that. Shout out to Tahir.
Tahir, if you know, you know. I personally got most improved.
Yeah, my dog got most improved.
Come on, man.
He wasn't even getting in lunch runs last year. My dog most improved. Stop playing.
Now I'm getting picked up to play.
God did.
If you know, you know. God did. Yeah. So you were talking about when you were younger. About your mom got you into reading. Were you like always like well spoken? Like, did you always speak how you speak now, or is that something that you started to like talk this way when you got? I'm not talk. You know what I'm telling you about? Like, did you always speak like how you speak now?
No,
or?
Definitely not. It definitely it's definitely a tool that developed. Like, I've always had. So my first time actually doing public speaking was
Pause. You did public speaking in your life?
Yeah, like public speaking. I feel like public speaking is like I've been to, schools to talk to children and kids and things of that nature.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So I guess like that's formal, informal type of deal.
Yeah.
But I did it at a talent show in the 6th grade. The 6th grade? 5th grade. 5th or 6th grade. But I had to recite the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, my favorite part of that speech is...
Talk to me.
Is the part about not being judged by, Oh my gosh. How am I forgetting this?
Catching blanks?
Yes, I'm catching blanks.
Damn. We gonna... Hey,
Do not be judged...
There we go.
By their actions, but by the content of their character. But like, you judging people by the content of their character and not, their creed and skin color and things of that nature.
Right.
But yeah. See, look, and I'm not even great at that. See, we're all human.
We're all human. Because but
that's authentic.
Authenticity. This is what this podcast is about.
Authenticity.
We're not cutting any of this out. This is all gonna be in here.
Whew, that was uncomfortable. We made it through.
Yeah, but cause that's the first thing I noticed about you is just well spoken and just how you carry yourself, and that's something that I, shout out Anthony. I'm Texas protege. That's something that I definitely took with me, and I just want to say thank you because even everywhere I go, the first thing people notice about me is the way I speak or I'm well spoken. Even yesterday I got a compliment. This person told me you're really well spoken. I'm just I get that a lot, and it's weird because 2 years ago, okay, I never told anybody this. Okay.
Vulnerability, authenticity loading.
Okay, this is kind of uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable, but
we about to grow. Yeah,
about to grow. I still have a little stutter now, but before I met Tex, I couldn't get 3 sentences out without stuttering. Even just now, I just stuttered. I couldn't get any sentences out without stuttering.
Yeah.
But being around Tex every day, I just naturally it wasn't I said, I'm gonna just start talking like Tex today, or I'm gonna just start talking nah. It was just
yeah.
I'm here with him at 7 p.m. every single day for a year straight. I'm gonna learn something. I'm gonna pick up his mannerisms. So yeah, it's kind of weird how
2 a days.
People
3 a days.
We gonna get into that later too. The jungle. But, yeah. So it's just that's probably my favorite thing that I got for you because I couldn't speak, bro. You can ask my mom, ask my dad. Like every time I like spoke, it would just be like and you notice how I do it sometimes.
That's crazy. I didn't. It's less prevalent now.
It's less.
Yeah.
It's less because before I met
absolutely.
you, it would be like I don't know how that even works.
Which is crazy because this kid, he hosts his own sock drive.
Yeah.
He does his own like little public speaking, like.
But like
that's crazy.
It was like even speaking right now, like even back then, like I would have to have something in front of me, and I would have like when I did public speaking at that one thing when you were talking about, it was something in front of me, and I had to like. Now I could just speak. So
yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
But you that was my cue for you. You know what I'm saying? Plug the homeless sock drive that you've been doing. You know, tell them a little bit more about that. There you go. Lock in.
We are doing a homeless sock drive. Bombas, shout out Bombas, is donating. What? Can I say this? I won't say the number. A lot of socks. I can't say the number because I might get in trouble with my dukes. They're donating a lot of socks. This is your chance to donate socks. This guy donated socks. People are donating socks. Why socks? Homeless people need socks. That's the number one thing they need. Thank you.
One man can change the world.
Okay. What do I want to get into? Okay. Dre, how did you meet Andre Brown?
Oh my goodness. Andre Brown, my brother, my partner, my bestest friend.
Bestie.
Gang. No. Funny. So I moved to New York initially in 2012 after I left the University of Tampa to continue pursuing like my basketball dreams in college. So I started going to this gym, Export Fitness, and if you know it, it's in Roosevelt Field Mall. But it was like the only 24-hour gym, and I'm a hoop head, and I'm trying to like work on my game and stay ready as I kind of make this, I'm in this transitional period. So I actually met him down there. Shout out to Josh Corbin again because he used to be down there hooping with us. There used to be some epic battles down there. Yeah. So yeah, which is crazy to me because like God works in such mysterious ways. Like you never know, who might become what in your life,
My word.
And
because this is in 2012, we're in 2023. These dudes are still
2023, and we
like
locked
this.
in. Ain't no switching up.
So what? Y'all had like a 1-on-1 or like what?
Nah, like I'm just down there hooping. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving some dudes some buckets. You know what I'm saying? And one thing led to another. I end up on his team, and then that just like ended up being like. That used to be our squad that we used to just kind of roll places with. Like,
word.
It's crazy. Like, me, him, my other boy, Zachary Chinnis, my other boy, Phil Calixte. I hope I didn't say that right. I mean, wrong. And then my other boy, Aaron. We all used to just be, that was like our little five that we used to go play and hoop with. And then Josh used to be with... my man, Bezo, man. Shout out to Bezo. Rest in peace, man. Love that guy.
R.I.P.
Love that guy. But, yeah, man, it's just crazy how small, like, the hoop world is.
Real.
I ended up getting a scholarship out of Export.
You told me that. I remember that.
So, like,
crazy.
Shout out to Leon Taylor. He actually just called me, like, right before we started to do this podcast. Love him.
Small world.
Love that guy. Love that guy. So, yeah, like I'm very like loyal to the guys that are people that I know.
Yeah,
like it's just like
no new circle. Like it's been the same.
It's not. Yeah, it's no new friends for real. Look, no, I'm just just kidding.
I was about to say, damn,
it's very important to network and stretch yourself and grow. But I am like to go back to what you were saying about your just having the issue with like stuttering and stuff. Like public speaking is something that's like. That's like the number one fear among people, actually. And I definitely had that, like, growing up. Even now, like, I'm really quiet until I, like, really kind of get to know you. Like, I could be really reserved, and then it's like, once I get to know you, it's like, ah!
Yeah, for sure.
You be like, shut up. Sometimes they be like, I know, I get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah. I think. All right, Nugget. I think public speaking is so bad because people's perception, like what people think, other people are gonna think of them. If that makes sense. Like a thing that hey, shout out Jalen. A thing that I sent to
Jalen Waters, my dog.
My point guard.
POP, hold it down.
Yeah, so I sent him this video, and it was basically, the gist of it was, embarrassment is not real. Okay, so I think people struggle with public speaking is because they're afraid of being embarrassed. They're afraid. It doesn't matter. Embarrassment, after I watched that video, I believe embarrassment's not real. Like, I go into any situation and I just try to be my like, even like right now, I'm just trying to be myself. I'm not afraid of what I'm not afraid of what people are gonna think of me. I'm not afraid of people's perception on me. Yeah. And Kyrie talked about that. If you know what I'm talking about,
the human root.
Yeah, the human root of people's struggles is other people's perception on them. So I just feel like public speaking, like, hey, look, this is your sign, bro. Whoever's watching this, if you want to public speak, bro, don't do it, bro. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You stutter, keep going. Like, embarrassment is not real.
All right.
It's only in your head. That's the nugget. Embarrassment's not real. It is only in your head.
Right.
Continue to be yourself.
And I used to always say this too, like, pressure is a figment of your imagination. Yeah. So it's like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like just a perspective.
There's actually a quote. I don't know if I can remember it, but this is just of it. It said, "Pressure is good. It means that things are expected from you." You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah, you have the expectation, but you can't let the expectations make you less of who you are or who you ultimately want to be.
Facts.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm actually trying to work on, because sometimes, like, when I'm playing in front of, like, big names or, like, big colleges, like, I, like, struggle. And I struggle, I just think about it. So I'm glad you told me that, because now, next time I go into an open gym, shout out South Kent, I will be locked in on no pressure, because pressure is not real. And it's not even that I don't get nervous. It's just, like, anxious.
Right.
You know, and the anxiousness turned into nerves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I like that you said that. I think that's gonna resonate with a lot of hoopers, especially me.
Yeah, no, and ultimately that, like, why I wanted to do this so much is for this exact reason, just to be able to, you know, help people out the way that we
do I impact one?
You know, it's not about the things that you attain, but the people you impact along the way. So
nuggets. Hey, it's like a 10-piece right now. Got some time. Got 10-piece.
Got a little 10-piece.
Little 10-piece and barbecue.
Just flowing. Just going. You know what I'm saying?
Just being authentic. Just being authentic.
In the zone. Hooping right now. Hand down, man down. You know the rules.
You know I've been waiting to get into this guy, right? These guys right here. Because I ask questions. I talk to him. Well, I don't talk to this guy, but I talk to Ryan and all them. What do you think separated Ryan Dunn, Zakai, Zed? We'll throw Zed in there too. What do you think separated them to become where they're at right now? Just some context. Ryan Dunn is a college basketball player at UVA. Zakai, what's his last name? Ziegler is a point guard at Tennessee. And Zed Key is Ohio State finest. So those are the three guys. So they all been in the jungle, right? Just being around them, what separated those three in their own way?
I think it's ultimately kind of just the work that you do within yourself. You know, those guys are just motivated to do it for themselves in a certain sense, like in a great way. Like, I always say this. I think that motivation is sustainable when you're doing it, when you're doing the work, when you're allowing God to work
within you.
And
you're doing it for the right reasons.
Right? And a lot of them, I think all of them actually, you know, they're trying to do it and make better circumstances for not only themselves, but, you know, their families as well. So it's like they're doing the work within themselves, but their purpose is holistically more than it's for more than them, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that is something that allows people to have a sustained level of greatness within themselves, you know?
Nice.
It's like to show somebody that, you know, it's attainable for them, you know?
Yeah, and my favorite part about all those three, I've worked out with all, I don't worked out with Zakai. I watched Zakai work out. I played against Zed Key, I played against Ryan Dunn. I've been around those three guys. The biggest thing that I've noticed is their humility. Like, all of them really down to earth.
Top notch, top tier people.
I could text Ryan right now, and he will answer any question I have. If me and Zeki was in the gym, and I asked him a question, he wouldn't be like, who is this little 16-year-old trying to ask? He'll be like, okay, let me answer this question. Zakai, great dude as well. I just want to shout, Zed, I don't even know it's like that, but like, Ryan Dunn, I just want to shout Ryan Dunn and Zakai, because I don't know Zeki's story like that, but I know the other two story, like, that motivates me to the fullest, especially Ryan Dunn, because I met Ryan Dunn 2020 summer at Luhai Camp, ironically. And I think why I gravitated towards him is because back then in 2020, he was what I wanted to be. As far as like, I was naturally a bubbly person, and you know Ryan, he's bubbly, like he's
absolutely,
he is, you know, outgoing, and I admired that throughout that whole entire camp, he was being himself. You know, he saw my potential, and he was good, but he wasn't like where he is now. Like, he's basically, what I'm trying to say is, he is the same person that, as far as like being nice people in 2020 as he is now. So that's something that I admire, and he just worked hard. Like, he wasn't like highly touted at all.
No, definitely not.
At all.
Definitely not.
Same with Zakai. He wasn't Zakai. If I'm correct, he didn't get offers till.
Actually, that's kind of like our. It's funny because like most guys that we worked with are like those kind of like underdogs.
Yeah,
and
literally.
We kind of gravitate towards that, like, you know. And I think it's like, me personally, I think it's so. What do I want to say right here? It's so just satisfying being a part of somebody's journey that you just like, you look at and it's like, this guy's a little overlooked. It's like finding a diamond in the rough, and you just like picking it up and you dust it off and you polish the hell out of it, and it's like, woo, look at that.
And
look what we created.
Now
like, look what we manifested, and that's polished. But, you know, just to be a part of someone's journey that can do stuff. And like, one thing that I can say about all those guys is that they have battled. They have overcome adversity, you know, and in the midst of it, it's like they've stared it down, looked it in its eyes, and been like, who do I want to be? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, even when, you know, our expectations of something don't hit a certain level, it's like, can you still be who you're called to be within that? You know? And can you stand on that? Like,
stand on business, bro.
You flex on your growth, your gratitude. You feel me? So yeah, man, I gravitate towards, you know, that type of stuff for sure. I absolutely do. I love that. Love that.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out them.
Here's something that I was thinking about, right? Because my mind be going when I know that I'm gonna do like certain things like this, but a ripple, right? So you gotta always be conscious of your actions, because they set a ripple off into the world. So
a vibration?
Huh?
A vibration, you mean? Or like...
So, I mean, like, okay, so like, if I take a rock and I skip a rock, right? It disturbs the water.
Right.
Right? So now there's a ripple effect in the water.
Oh.
The water ripples out.
Right.
Right? Wherever the point of impact is. So this is like, kind of like one of our sayings that we always kind of speak on. But, I think you have to be so intentional about, you know, how you throw that rock, like what your impact is on other people, right? So it's like,
and that's something that you told me. Like, I used to do stuff unintentionally. You know, we don't have to get too deep into it, but I used to do stuff unintentionally to people, and they would take it a certain way if they didn't know me.
correct.
Right? So I think
That was a big growth point. For
yeah.
you,
So
for sure.
I used to do stuff to people, and like to you, you'd be like, "Oh, I know him," da. But like to other people,
On the outside looking in, right?
It would be
they're
like,
they're perceiving something.
so
else.
I think
Because they don't go the extra mile. I think it's very important to go the extra mile to try to understand people, you know. And sometimes I joke around and I call people crazy and stuff, but I never really believed that about a person. Like I wanna extend a space to you where it's like you feel like it's okay for you not to be okay, and understand why you have that type of thought, you know. So I try not to do it as much, but you know, I'm human. I make mistakes.
Everybody make mistakes. Yeah. So basically, you're saying everything that you do is gonna have an impact in the world somehow.
Right. It's gonna have an impact, and then me doing this with you right now is gonna have a certain type of impact on you. And then your ripple is how you interact with other people from that.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to. This is one of my writings, right? So it was. I'm trying to create timeless things, like things that are timeless in the sense of you can grasp a part of yourself and know that is like something that wasn't there before. You know, like something that, like when they think about a timeless art piece, you think about something that it doesn't matter the era. You know, it's like that level of greatness within yourself. So like that's why. Okay, so sometimes right when we're working out, right, and everybody's like caught up on the number, like, oh, what number are we on? You know what I'm saying? It's like, honestly, I'm not looking for a number. You know what I'm saying? Like
best rep.
You got to be chasing the best rep. You got to be chasing like, can I get this sharper? Can I get this faster? Cleaner. As opposed, can I get this cleaner? It's not like, okay, I made 25. Now I'm good. I'm done. Like, you know, like, and it's the people that can grasp that concept that allow themselves to be great, because it's like, I'm gonna do it until I get it right.
Right. And
I'm not giving up when I hit my number. Like, if I had 25 trash reps, and that's why I say, you're not really getting better. You're chasing the number as opposed to the growth and the progress.
Right.
And that's what I think we got to be so intentional about in life. And honestly, that's why I'm like these are the things that I chase within myself. You know. Outside of the sport, and I use basketball, I think, more so as a tool to kind of just help shape and mold people within their lives. Yeah. And I try my best to be as intentional as I can about that. And you know,
that's one thing that I got from Kobe. Is like, he said this quote,
timeless work ethic.
Yeah, he's basically saying, don't look at what I did, look at how I did it. So, you know, God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant. If you take Kobe Bryant's work ethic and put it into basketball, football, work, like Facebook, Amazon, if you're trying to create a business, his work ethic, if you have that, it's timeless. So it's basically saying it can be put into any work in any field, and you're going to be some way successful.
Right.
So I think that's what I got from. And there was another thing that I was going to say that I just blanked on. So
that's something that I feel like I had to practice kind of like within myself just in this past year, just because like I've taken a step back from hooping and playing myself.
As much as you used to.
Much as I used to kind of pour out and be intentional within like training and coaching, you know, and kind of really growing more in that space. And I honestly, I want to thank Blue High Basketball for that opportunity. This is my third season with them.
Yeah, and honestly, this is a great segue, because I got a question right here. How did you get into Blue High? I kind of have an idea now because you knew Josh Corbin and stuff like that. But like, how did you get into Blue High?
Yeah, no, shout out again to like Ryan Dunn and Zed Keys. We were training their guys, essentially, me and Andre, and they just brought us in. We were training their guys, and they brought us in. They needed some skill development specialists, and yeah, from there, like the rest is history. And I just been like, I always say this, like I am so into. I said this the other day. I'm into long-term investments, but I'm also into. I'm into just making things better than what they were when I got there. So I've not from like an egotistic standpoint at all. I'm not just saying like arrogant. I'm trying to help elevate whatever space that I'm in and try to add value wherever I can see fit. And so it's so funny because people ask me like, what do you do there? And it's like, I'm just trying to add value wherever I can, honestly, more so than anything. Yeah. And, and it's in different ways, whether it's, helping with the Lehigh Academy,
camps,
Lehigh camps, summer camps, clinics during the season,
adding value.
Yeah, Long Island boarding, helping with those kids and the international kids, and just helping, giving them a great experience. Just training kids there. Shout out to the entire squad, the whole team. Honestly,
the team right now.
Yeah, the team right now. Yeah.
Shout out to them. That look good. That look good. And this is
gonna be a great year coming up, man.
This is we'll get into that. I just want to say something about what you said. Leave things better than when you found it. That's something that shout out Coach Chills. I don't like you right now because you're being a little mean in practice. Shout out Coach Chills. He says we actually ran for this. So we went in the gym, and the gym was dirty gym, and to us, that's our home. So it's like our home can't be dirty. But we were all like talking amongst each other, and we were like, we didn't do this. We didn't leave stuff here, and we were like, who did it? Other people. So people went in later that night, not basketball players, playing around, fooling around, and Coach Chill was like, it doesn't matter what other people do. Every time you go to a place, you want to leave it better than you found it. And I was like, oh, that's tough.
Right.
Another thing that he's adamant about. This is a little random, but this goes on topic as well.
Places and people, right?
Right. So, yeah, people too.
People too, because you encounter that. You encounter energy that you're like, where did that come from? And it's like, okay, but are you going to allow them to just continue to walk around and be that way? Or are you going to try to do your best to filter their energy as best you possibly can? Yeah. Sometimes you're not in the space. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're not in the space, but you always have a choice in what you want to be within a situation. You can be, you can have a neutral response, you can have a negative response, or you can have a positive one.
Always have a choice.
Yeah, it's always a choice between those two.
Yeah, so I agree. So let's say we're at a dinner table at South Kent, and someone else forgets to bring their plate. If we don't bring their plate, that even though it's not ours, we want to leave the place better than we found it. So even someone else will get the plate and stuff like that. And shout out South Kent, it's really like a brotherhood over there. So I learned a lot.
That's character, honestly.
Yeah,
that's just a character piece.
Yeah,
being intentional about those types of things. Like I remember, I had my second stop training was a place down in Florida, and I used to like a part of my daily routine would be to wipe down the backboards and stuff. So there's no
really?
There's no smudges.
You never told me that.
Yeah, I used to do that when I first started training and stuff. It's been such a great, beautiful journey, honestly. From where what do you got?
Do you know what that does? It stretches our gratitude muscle. Because hear me out. If I leave a place better than when I found it, if I pick up someone else's trash, I guess you could say, that's me showing appreciation that I'm in this space that I'm in. Come on, man. Lock in. Oh my gosh. See, even just now, I said that, and it just I didn't stutter at all. Like a year ago, man. All right,
You him.
I'm him. All right, 2 more questions because we're starting to get over our time limit. We could talk for hours. 2 questions. 1, who do you think on the Lehigh basketball team is going to turn heads? It could be 1, 2. It could be much people you want. Who do you think is going to turn heads this year? An underdog, if you will.
On the Lehigh basketball team, man, I think everybody plays a pivotal piece. We're just we're trying to body a energy of synergy.
Can you explain that? Because I'm lost.
Energy of synergy. So, like, we are trying to illuminate the best parts of everybody by working together as one unit.
Cohesive unit. Okay.
Cohesive unit.
Okay.
Right.
I like that.
And it's funny because one of the things I said last year after we won a state championship,
they won. Yeah, they won.
Was it's incredible the things that you can do when no one cares who gets the credit, and that's something to really kind of like live by. It's like when you fall into purpose that is bigger than yourself, I think it gives you a vehicle to do amazing things because there's no ego attached to it. Like
it's a team working for one cause.
Right. So it's like manifesting something, right? So if me and you decide that we're gonna do something, right? We manifested this episode of this podcast. We've been talking about this for how long, right?
Lots of months, and it manifested right now.
It finally happened, but it only works if we work together in order to do it.
Right.
Like we can't do this. I can't do it without you. You can't do it without me for us to get this exact episode.
Right.
So the same thing happens with like 5. So now our powers of manifestation are essentially 5 times better.
Right.
When our unit is all together.
Right. When the 5 people are on the court are all trying to get the same thing, it manifests itself 5
times faster. Right. Exactly. But here's the thing. Now, when you take more than just the 5 people on the floor and you take a group, the entire
on
group.
The bench having good energy.
So now let's say you got 15 guys on a roster, 5 guys on the staff. You know what I'm saying? That's 20 people manifesting the same exact thing all on one accord, So now you get there 20 times as fast as if
opposed to 5. Yeah,
opposed to 5. So yeah, it's just trying to keep. That's why I like the quote like, "You're only as strong as your weakest link." Right?
He says this all the time in workouts, bro.
You got to bring them with you. You got to bring them with you.
We're a team. You're only as strong as your weakest link. No, but like. I agree. Now, in workouts, I'm like, but like,
right. But that's why I try to create a team environment as best I can because it helps you to elevate yourself within a practice setting when it's like just more natural.
When it's your real teammates.
Yeah. When it's your real teammates. So I want you to be, I want you to be cognizant of, these little things like clapping, being uplifting when somebody's having a tough time, positive affirmations, understanding within other people that their growth sometimes can be in a different space than where your growth is. Right. So where you can,
and that's something I'm working on as a teammate for sure.
Right, and that all goes back into gratitude. Like if I could be at peace with the place where I'm at within myself, then I could really kind of go anywhere I like to. Right. Right. And if I could be at peace and understand and identify where you're at on your journey, and then help you to get to where you need to be, so now we can manifest faster because now we're on the same accord.
Right. And in doing so, that's bringing me more towards where I'm trying to go, right?
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Because you got to think about this. When you think about the best player, it's like, okay, boom. They're the best player because they've pushed themselves to a certain level, right? They've gotten to a certain tier within themselves. But now once you get there and you're clear cut this guy, and I feel like all of the greats have had to learn this lesson. From Michael Jordan to Kobe Bryant, it's like I need my teammates in order to get to
Kobe.
what I ultimately want, right?
Exactly.
So I have to figure out how to get the best out of you in order for me to get to where I ultimately want to go. And I can't take that personally, right? I can't take the process personal. Hold on. Here we go.
Wait. This is how we're going to end it. Do you have a quote?
I got a quote.
Look, here is my quote, and this is how we're going to end it. I was on the phone. I don't remember what I got mad at, but I was like, dang, I really regret doing such and such. Here's the quote. You should only think there's a next time when you regret something, not when you're actively thinking of doing something. Let me explain this. Let's say I had a chance to go dunk on somebody. I say, dang, I wish I dunked on him. But if I say, I laid it up because there's always next time, that's not how we should be thinking, right? So if I want to go dunk on somebody and I don't do it, I say, dang, there's a next time. But if I say, but if I go up and try to dunk on somebody and I'm like nonchalant about it, like, there's a next time, that's being ungrateful. So that's the quote. A little hard to explain, but I hope that resonates with people because I think that was like one of the smartest things I ever said in my life.
Say it again. Let's analyze it real quick.
We'll analyze it. You should only think there's a next time when you regret something, not when you are actively thinking of doing something.
Right.
It's deep, bro.
Right.
It's deep.
So we want to
it's deep.
We want to be progressive about like what we're doing. We want to attack. We want to seize the moment while we're in it, and not like let it pass us by.
Right.
Right. So I should be trying to make this moment the best it possibly could be.
Right.
As opposed to thinking about
there's a next time.
Right. There's always going to be a next time. No. So it's like I have to give this moment its respect by cherishing it right now and giving everything that I have within it.
But you can't go back in time. So as humans, we make mistakes, right?
And try to beat ourselves up.
There's always next time. But when you're actively doing it, feel me?
Right. Be progressive.
Get this quote going, man. What you got for me? What you got?
All right. So my quote is, pray for patience within your process for your purpose. Don't take the process personal. Perfect your peace through prayer, and it will lead you into prosperity.
Not gonna lie. Can you explain what prosperity means? Because I hear that word all the time.
Matter of fact, we haven't done this, and I think we should. Hold on. So let me go. We're going to actually get the definition for this.
Okay.
Prosperity. Here we go. The state of being prosperous. Come on, we gotta have it better than this. True meaning. The condition of being successful or thriving.
Okay, now repeat the quote.
Okay.
Repeat the quote, because now you got some context.
All right, now we got some context.
Okay.
Pray for patience within your process for your purpose. Don't take the process personal. Perfect your peace through prayer. It will lead you into prosperity. And I think that that's something that I repeat within myself. Like don't take it personally. Like it's not only happening to you, right? This is just a part of what you have to do to get to the good part. So it's like,
all right, I like that. Don't
be so focused on your destination. You just gotta focus on the journey in order to get to where you want to go to. Take that next step. Just take the next step. Like walk by faith, not by sight. And then all right, quick shout out to my friend Arella Garantes. Yesterday was her birthday.
Oh, happy belated birthday. I don't know who you are, but peace, love, and soul.
dope. Super amazing individual.
But hey,
in person.
This has been Being Real with Jackson, episode 2. We are going to have a part 2 because I still have lots of questions. I don't know when that's going to manifest. I'm not going to do a date and time now. Whenever it manifests, it manifests. But this has been Being Real with Jackson. I'm here with
Texas Two-Step.
And That's it, y'all. Peace, love, and
So.